TNA Reviews, the show where we review all the latest and greatest from the world of comic books. Today we're going to talk about Justice League of America #1. Hot new book. It's on a lot of people's minds. We're going to tell you what we think of it. We'll try our best not to completely spoil the whole book for you, but if you are sensitive to spoilers and those sort of things, keep in mind that we're going to be giving a detailed description of the book. So, I'm Artie, and
Tom.
As always, here's Tom. We both host the show. Not to
this is a good
right?
intro.
All right.
This is you know, for years we've been talking on the phone, yelling at each other about these things, and we decided to let you all hear our perspective on what's going on in the world of comics right now.
Cool.
Specifically, Justice League of America #1. Which what did you think of it?
All right.
So
this book has been hyped for a while now. We've all seen the ads and all over the internet for a few months.
Yeah. The 50 state 50 covers.
Right.
Was like the big. I don't know if it was really the selling point, but it was a selling point.
It was definitely played into the book, but yeah, I gotta say, I thought it was a hit. I definitely I was feeling it from beginning to end. I actually liked the way this one kicked off, even better than the last Justice League, regular Justice League arc that Jeff Johns did with Jim Lee. I didn't think it disappointed. I'm a sort of big fan of B and C list characters, and this Justice League is not the top 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's got a mix and match of like recognizable characters right now. Like Green Arrow is pretty recognizable. He's got the his CW show. I think Catwoman after Dark Knight Rises came out has got enough exposure that it's just you see her, you know who that is,
right?
And she's one of the played prominently on the cover. I think it's interesting that Vibe and Green Lantern are so big on the cover. They're not really like the most well-known characters,
right?
And we're all being introduced to them right now. But you also have I think Hawkman and Martian Manhunter, after years of being on cartoons, are recognizable enough that somebody who's looking at this comic is going to say, oh, I know who that is.
Sure.
So it's B, it's a couple B, but there's some C-listers in here, and Vibe. I don't even think
straight up D.
This book also is very, when you talk about DC and Marvel, this feels like a very Marvel book with Waller filling the role of Nick Fury,
sure,
and Steve Trevor filling the role of a Captain America, kind of like bringing this team together, government funded in a sense, and for me it was refreshing to see this take in DC. It's not always bad to rip off an idea if you're going to take it and make it something different, and I think with this book he's kind of shown us the that side of DC, and that's all New 52 with this Argus, which is like a shield almost.
Right, definitely.
It's okay to have similar ideas between companies. It makes it familiar for us, and this book, I think, you felt that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we were talking about that before too. That for years, obviously both companies they'll steal an idea or two from the other one. But this is the first time I've seen DC really just take a straight up page out of Marvel's book. And with Argus, like you were saying, that's sort of like the shield of DC now. And even the whole team up book, that's something Marvel's been big on right now with Thunderbolts, Uncanny X-Force, just taking superheroes that you maybe always wanted to see together but haven't seen yet,
or they're not strong enough to hold up their own title.
Sure,
so you can't see Martian Manhunter on his own book, but you pick up Justice League for Martian Manhunter.
Definitely.
You find these other characters.
There's a couple different plot lines that are being set up here. There's some sort of mission that they're going to face with a villain that one of the characters in the book is fighting against, who we're not really sure what that plot line's going on. But there's also this underlying setup happening here where Amanda Waller, she's talking to Steve Trevor, and they're sort of, like you said, they're setting up this battle that's potentially going to happen one day. It's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen.
With this Justice League of America facing off against the current incarnation of the other Justice League, the regular Justice League with Superman, Batman, and all those.
I don't think there's any spoilers in talking about this page with the matchups on it, because it's been publicized. Like they were using this all over, the big comic book blog pages. This has been a pretty, it's not a spoiler at all. So the matchups here are
Superman, Martian Manhunter. I mean, as much as I like the new take on Martian Manhunter, and he's certainly a badass, Superman is the man. I mean, he's the prototype of every superhero. He's supposed to be the most powerful being in the universe, pretty much. I'm gonna go with Superman. Batman, Catwoman. I mean, come on, I love Catwoman, but let's get to real. Katana, Wonder Woman. Again, I'm gonna go with you on that. I mean, I want to see how powerful this freaking sword is, but as it stands, Wonder Woman is like Superman's equal almost. So come on, you know.
You're usually always gonna pick the big three, but I feel like just that Wonder Woman matchup is the weakest.
That's I don't know. I'm gonna have to read more about that, see where they take it. But Hal Jordan, Simon Baz, or whatever the heck his name is. Yeah, I mean Jordan is the again. This is really turned out to be when you really look at it again.
It's very one-sided.
Flash vibe, Flash, Cyborg, Stargirl. That's the one that could kind of play. You know, let's give one to the new team. You know,
but even that's very.
Yeah, you know, Cyborg's super powerful now with his new powers and a new suit and all that. And then Aquaman, Hawkman, just to play along and give another one to the new team, let's give that one to Hawkman. But like we were saying before, that could be a knockdown, drag him out fight.
But I don't know. The big, I guess it would be the big five, and it's kind of disrespectful to Aquaman. It should really be the big six, but the big five kind of easily. I don't think the Superman fight is super easy. But Superman.
I think it's gonna be a tough fight, but I just think Superman.
I think that's the toughest of the fights.
Yeah. Right.
But I still think Superman. It's kind of clear. Superman will win that.
Cool.
And right. So I think what I'm saying is that they're pretty much setting themselves up for failure. But I could also see how they're going to use a fight with the Justice League to kind of legitimize some of these characters.
Sure. Out of 5, what would you give it?
I think a solid 4. There's nothing wrong with the book. It's their ultimates pretty much. That's what I felt like.
Right.
But I'm interested. I'm definitely gonna I'm definitely interested for issue 2, and I like the direction it's going.
I mean honestly I think and I hate to start off like just loving a book so much and but I gotta give it a 5. As far as first issues go, I really just was digging the whole vibe, no pun intended, of the whole book. And just from beginning to end, I've been waiting for this particular book for a while, and I don't think it disappointed. I think this was as good a setup book as you're going to see with a comic book, and I liked it.
5 stars for our first book.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to go over the top, but I feel like I liked it a little bit more than you did. So if we're gonna go 4, I'm gonna go 5 on this one.
My 5,
I thought it was hot.
I think my 5s are gonna be, they're gonna blow my socks off. And this didn't blow my socks off, knock my socks off, whatever the saying is. But it did. It did. First of all, it surprised me that it was as good as it was, because I saw the vibe tie in and I saw the lineup and I wasn't too sold. And I was proven wrong. I just think, it was issue 2 and 3 are going to be better than this issue. I think.
Oh, I think so. I think it's going to be a payoff on this.
With having a new universe, you have to reestablish a lot of characters. So having these team books do it is a good way to gauge what people like. But so Justice League International is now done.
That's done.
Right?
What a disaster of a book. And we'll talk about that in a later episode.
But they did make mention of that team. They made mention of Booster Gold in here.
Right.
They didn't completely dismiss it.
Oh, they did?
They mentioned Booster Gold finding something and not being able to find Booster Gold. So I'm assuming.
Yeah. Something happened.
I think you'll see Booster Gold pop up later down the line. Jeff Johns is a big fan of Booster Gold.
I won't be disappointed if they.
No, not at all. And if he comes back with our boy Ted Cord out of this time stream,
then I'd like to see Booster Gold.
Oh God, Blue Beetle, bring him back. Bring back Blue Beetle. Come on, man. What are you doing?
All right. So on that note, I think we've said what we need to say. Overall,
Justice League,
Tom here gave it 4 out of 5. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5, which brings it to about 4.5 out of 5 overall between the two of us. So
definitely
you can take that. Yeah. Go pick it up. Give it a read. Or just read it at the shop and then put it back on the shelf, you cheap bastards.